Hello everyone, my name is Scalti, and welcome back to our Satisfactory Let's Play. Last time around we got a simple reinforced iron plate factory set up, currently running at 50% efficiency until we can unlock Mark III logistics to then pull 240 iron ore off of the pier node. We also got a simple rotor factory set up, currently making 8 items per minute at 100% efficiency, to just continue to automate the items from tiers 1 and 2. As a reminder, similar to last episode, my game audio and microphone audio saved over the same track, so I will do what I can to project my voice over the game audio, making it easier to hear me. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so mentioned doing the modular frames in the last episode. I think I want to quickly deviate from that, or hopefully quickly. I have the inclination that it would be worth our effort and time to go tap that one Caterium node that I pinged off in the distance to have a regular supply of quick wire. And I think the reason being, it would just be some extra points into the awesome shop, or to the sink, rather. And so that way, while we are making the modular frame factory, we'll be benefiting from the quick wire, because we're at 15 plus the 12, 27. I know we're still a little ways off. I've been every now and again checking what all we have going in the awesome shop in terms of how many tickets we're going to need. I think we're upwards of like the mid-30s, give or take. So I think between the time spent heading out this way and setting up the modular frame factory, I think by that point, and by the point that we unlock the milestones, we should be in pretty decent shape. So let's go get that taken care of real quick. And as we run out there, we'll run some power to it and get a very simple Caterium line set up. Actually, let's see. Let's actually make sure I have everything. So we're going to need an awesome sink. And then I guess we should be fine. We're not building the awesome shop, which takes screws. We have all the reinforced iron plates we need. Maybe we stop, grab some on the way. Actually, can we run power? Nope. Just run it off this. And yeah, so we're gonna go run over to the cliffside here and tap into that Caterium node. All right, here we are, and it is a pier node, which is fantastic. We got the big guy over there who keeps popping in and out. Interesting. Take too many more hits. Let's see. There we go. Not too bad. Okay. So before we go doing anything, let's plan out here exactly what we're going to need. So it's 45 in, 15 out. That's 12 in, 60 out. So 45. So we can do what? 3 smelters. And it will be, it's a 3-to-1. So again, will be 120 in, 40 out. 40 out into this, so it would be, what, 3.5 constructors. So 4 constructors, 3 smelters. And then, excuse me, We'll need 2 awesome sinks. Actually, 3, I believe, actually, to fully capitalize. So we'll need a decent bit of space. We could probably go this way with it, and we should be okay. So go ahead and get that started up. Oh, no. So let's do this then. We'll go up a me. I guess we can actually just do this and then go up 1. Actually, here, we can actually do this too. We can just... There we go. All works out in the end. Okay. So what do we say? 3 smelters. So we can just go ahead and split. Let's see, we're bringing out 120, so... that. Oops. And then it's 12 in. We got 40 out, so it's going to be 3.5, so it's 4 of these. So I guess we can bring all of these together to one line. And then we'll split. Oh, we did say 3.5, didn't we? So sorry, it's technically 4. Easily adjustable. I guess if we do it like this, then we can just split that. There we go. Then we'll just let all of these run, and then if we're making, if each one's going to be running at a little less than optimal, then yeah, we can get away with 2 awesome sinks. I can't tell what's center over here. I guess just, you know, it's not particularly important. just in time. So quick wire. Those just go into the sink. So we got power coming from over here. I guess to an extent, I'm almost tempted to maybe actually store some of this. But I think actually for now, we'll just sink it. And we're going to be making a decent amount pretty quickly. So actually, here's what we can do. Kind of mess with this a little bit and kind of force an overflow system. So we'll put our storage here in the middle. And then what we can do, we'll take both and we'll merge in front here. Coming off, I think right here should be correct for a clean turn. So we'll want to, whoops, okay. So before we do that, we need to put in a splitter before this, like so. We'll do a Mark 1, Mark 1. Yeah. And then here we'll put in the awesome sinks. So we're not going to be storing a lot, but we'll store some. And then once this eventually fills up, it'll all just back up and then go into the awesome sink like that. And I think that'll be fine for now until we eventually do like a smart splitter system. So we now can go ahead and get this powered up and start making some coupons. So just do that. Two back here. I suppose actually. Well, yeah. That's all set to go, and then eventually we can maybe like refine this once we get the Mark III, but based on how much quick wire we're going to be producing, we should be A-okay. I'm going to go ahead and sit here and kind of let this run, so that way what we can actually do too is I'll go ahead and actually take some of this Caterium back, so that way we don't have just the 416, so that we were kind of set for a while. And then kind of see what the point values are, and then we'll start working on the modular frame, simple modular frame factory. Okay, so it looks like our point values are stabilized at around 6,000 points per minute now, which is a little less than double. And then what I went ahead and did, actually, to kind of boost the points, is I switched this back down to a Mark 1, so we're only getting 60 in per minute, leaving the remainder to go into the sinks. And so we should be good at that, good with that. And again, just temporary. Eventually we will be, revising this and potentially turning it into something else, because I think we got we have a couple copper nodes that we could also tap into. I guess something worth maybe kind of talking about now that I'm interested in doing. Let me not fall down to my death. You know, like a centralized storage area, right? I was talking about doing trucks and whatnot to centralize things, kind of transport items around. And I wanted, for the longest time, you know, back when I was actually live streaming, I really wanted to set up some kind of base in this area here. I think I want to follow through on the initial idea I had, where this ledge would be utilized for storage. There's quite a bit of space to be had. Now, granted, you can always like build out and build down and kind of like build all around this entire environment here, which would be really cool. You know, I want to leave as much of the vegetation as I possibly can. Just want to be a little careful while I'm navigating this. And one of the really cool things, like I had this bat cave idea, and I'm sure I'm not the first one to think of this, but set this up where like the buggy that I would drive around in comes up and in, and then you can drive up here. I don't know if I would lay foundations in this spot. I've tried before and it was really tedious, but so have the buggy come up, and then, you know, like this is like an observation space where you can like look out and see what's going on. Can always come up here and, you know, have like maybe a little bit more observation or like an alternative exit to go off that way if need be, or like I haven't fully like fleshed out the idea, but I definitely think that there's a lot of opportunity here. And so for the storage, you'd come up here. There's like this whole shelf up here that can be built out, and then do like support beams going in diagonally into the side of the cliff here. I think that'd be really cool. So that's kind of like the idea, and kind of like maybe eventually in time like build out around all of this and kind of like turn it into something as like a large long-term project. But for now, we're gonna leave this untouched, and once we have the means, probably come back and start messing around here. But so it's so hard to see. So I think it'd be kind of cool, especially like when you're off in the distance looking up at it. I think that would also be, you know, a sight to behold, if you will. So anyway, we got the Caterium set up, so we're going to head back to base and figure out what we need to do for our modular frames and go from there. Okay, we're back at base. Whoop. Oh man, that little load line glitch is killing me. 16 coupons. Let's go ahead and print. And we're going to have another one coming in soon. I'm going to drop that off. Also, you can see in the... Oh, I didn't actually grab it. As you can probably see in the inventory, stopped and grabbed our reinforced iron plate production and also our rotors. I wanted to take a look and see what all... Pretty sure, yeah, everything needs modular frames. And then this all requires, I guess, steel. Ooh. Maybe we do this real quick and get the Xenobasher unlocked. That probably wouldn't be a bad idea for killing stuff. But yeah, so we need to have definitely automate the modular frames. But let's go ahead and get this unlocked as well. Get some wire and then some of those rotors that we picked up. There's a pure node near the reinforced iron plate factory that I found, so I put a miner on top just to indicate and remind myself of that being specifically a pure node. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Oh, a little short on cable. So I know where there's a pure node that we can build from, and we're going to do the same thing that we did with the reinforced iron plates. We build and anticipate unlocking Mark III to then make it fully efficient. So we'll be producing, for the moment, 5 modular frames, and then we will...
milestone reached.
Thank you, Rita. Upgrade it so that way we're producing at 100% and we can 10 per minute. I also just realized my HUD probably looks a little different, and that is because I didn't call it out last time. You can see that the vertical line matches where my mouse cursor is here. If you scale your UI, so let's use your interface. I like to do 0.75, kind of tone it down a little bit. We go in here, you can see that it's off. On the far left, it scales, but then as you cross, you can see at 100% where my cursor is, the actual vertical line is approximately, probably 75% across the display here, which is a little annoying, especially when you're trying to look at like power, for example. Here, you can't look at like the most current bit. You gotta like wait a bit, but it's neither here nor there. It's not like a huge issue. Okay, so we unlocked the Xenobasher. What do we need to make that? We need 5 modular frames, 2 Xenozappers. I think we should have enough. I'll go ahead and well, these are the kind of thing that you only really need 1 of, so I think we'll be okay with just making 1. Oh, we need more wire. Whoops. This will be nice. This will definitely speed things up when fighting. I also love the sound it makes. Ah, it's so satisfying. Nothing to really do here. So yeah, we'll look at modular frames and get that going. I'll go ahead and put together a shopping list, make sure we have all the items that we need, and head over to that pure node that I found. So here is the miner. Ta-da! Go ahead and reset him. And I think what we'll do is we will build... Yeah. I will build in this direction here. I'm probably going to build up just a little bit. Might actually do like a 2 and then a 4. Let's see if that'll actually work though. I'm not sure if we'll be able to put a miner on top of that. Yeah, there's a maximum height in which it'll be placed. But I think looking at everything, that looks like it would be high enough. So we're going to see what we can do to try and get that to be the elevation here. So I guess we can go maybe a little lower. We actually bring, well, I just want it to be centered. The actual distance here isn't particularly important. That looks pretty good. Can we just zoop the rest? Cool. So just to make sure I'm getting this all organized right, so this is going to go into 8 smelters. So it's going to be a little wide. Actually, I am a little curious I'm tempted to try it for the sole. Actually, how does this work if we snap? I was kind of curious if we can somehow snap on the half. There's like a consistent way to do that. I know we can do that with the catwalks. I mean, I guess it's not terribly important. We can always just do 3 on one side, or 4. Oh. So 4, and then that's 7. So another, yeah, that'll have to be over here. And then we can do 8 smelters in line here. Actually, okay, so let's look real quick. So this is going to go 8 smelters into 7 constructors making rods, and then 4.5 constructors making screws. Or do I have this? Yep, I remember now. So the design that I recall making now is for 20 modular frames per minute, which makes a lot more sense because it was 240 inputs, and then that's where everything became like a whole number. So instead of like the 4.5 constructors for screws, it was 9 constructors for screws. That sounds about right. So this is going to be a little funky, but see if we can make this work with some simple, hopefully some simple load balancing. I don't think it'll be too bad. So we'll actually just do this in order. So we're going to do a split. I guess we can also probably split in front of each one of these. Like this. That works? Yeah. Let's get these in place first. Probably be a little easier to work backward from the smelter. And then, so if we're splitting there, then this has to split once more. Split here and here, and we can just split here. I guess, yeah, it'll just have to be like that. So this is under the eventual intention of overclocking this. So we're actually going to be, we'll be making 5 per minute for now. But these will eventually need to be Mark IIs. So we're just going to go ahead and do that now. And do it just like that. So then here's where it's going to get a little precarious, where you're going to need, at this next stage, essentially 12 constructors, 7 of which will be making rods, and then 4.5 or 5 will be making iron plates. And this actually kind of works out in our favor in terms of load balancing. It's not going to be overly complex, I wouldn't say. It just will be a little tricky in terms of just like the overall space that we're going to be allotting for things. So actually, if we go ahead and build one of the lookout towers, place that. It's a little bit awkward. Place it back here. So, if we're going to have 5 constructors, also, I just realized I somehow put constructors and assemblers on this bar, which is kind of curious. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. So if we do force, or I'm sorry, yeah, the right 4 smelters just go straight into the constructors. And then we're going to have 7 on the other side. So let's actually go, I guess that's a little awkward. I think we might be able to just get away with it. So if we do constructor in front of these, and then what we do is this becomes the split for the 7, so we're going to need a decent amount of room to actually load balance everything. So maybe we go out, because we have 5 here, then we'd have 7. This could work. Let's find out. So essentially in front of this smelter here, and we'll go ahead and mark this now. So we're going to have our 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is going to be the half constructor. And so what we'll do here is we'll actually just go ahead and take a splitter and split this off. Like so. So this is going to be receiving 15, and the plate recipe is, 30 in, 20 out. So that's load balanced. Because then what we do is maybe we'll start, actually just take this here. Like that. And then in front of this one we'll split like so. I feel like, yep. We need a split in front of this one. This will split like this. This is going to come out right away. This will split here. Ooh, that's funky. Can we do this? Because that's not going to feed. Oh, that does not. Let's do this. We should be able to just turn this right away, which allows us to do this. This splits. Then we do another splitter in front of here. Perfect. So a little compact, but it works. So essentially we'll have the 30 into 215, 30 into 215, 30 into 215 for 6, and then we have our 7th pulling the additional 15 ingots. So this one will be making rods, and this is going to be making plates. Go ahead and set these now before we forget. Then after this, it gets not too crazy, because it'll almost be a similar situation like what we just did actually for our rotors. So we're going to have 80 iron rods move forward to the final 5 assemblers making our modular frames. So we'll just put that all on one line, actually. And then we're going to have 45 iron rods going into our constructors for screws. So it's going to be 4.5. So maybe if we, let's see. Because then those screws for the reinforced iron plates. So if we do the plates, if we have the regular plates, iron plates down here, then we should probably take 45 of the iron rods for our constructors here. So that would be 15, 30, 45 here. So that's the stopping point. And then how do I get out of that mode? There we go. Wait, let me make sure we're doing this right. 15, 30, 45. That leaves... Oh, brilliant. Okay, so yeah, that does leave 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these three, if we have... Let's see. To make this 100% efficient, if you will, to 4.5 constructors. So it's going to be 4 lines of 10 and then a line of 5. Let's see if we can do this in a very fairly compact way. So from here, so 1, 2, actually let's just do this. These 3 are for screws. Maybe there's like a blue, nice vibrant blue. With like, let's do white. Like that. That works. Oh, come on. Don't fail me, Blade Runners. There we go. So we do... Those all just merge and go off on their own line. So we'll have room to kind of mess with things here. So if we, for example, these are all running at 100% efficiency. This has to go to 4.5. So we need 4 lines of 10 and then a line of 5. So maybe we start with the more complicated line of 5 down here. So we split. We have 15 coming out, so then we need to merge. So if we take our, this will be our line of 5. We'll just leave that. We're just going to do that for now. So this will be 10. And then this will merge in. Actually, we just have our 5, so we actually just merge the rest of these together. So if we actually just go like this. Oh, we need a merger here. And then which way is that merge? Okay, so that's the... Alright, let's switch this around. We'll do the merger facing out. And then this just comes over. And this gives us our line of 40. And then we will split this once. That'll give us 2 lines of 20. That'll give us 2 lines of, or sorry, 4 lines of 10. Then we have a line of 5 here at the end. So then what we could do Ah, dang. One, two, three, four. And that'll be our 5. Like so. That one's already connected in. Okay. So 15, 15, 30 into this belt. Well, what's going on here? Oh, it's already connected. That's why. Okay. That's already connected in there too. So 15, 5, 5, and 5. So we have 5 going into this constructor. This will be making screws at 50%. Screws, 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 and screws. So the 10 comes back in with the 30, 40, it's 20, 20, 10, 10, 10, 10. That's 100% efficient. And then we need, let's see, all of these plates go into 3 separate assemblers along with the 100, it's not 120, it's 110. Sorry, 180. Got that wrong. So we're going to actually need, let's see. That's going to be a little tricky. So it's going to be a 2 to 3. And then into the assemblers, because we don't have a line. Well, actually, this is all at half speed anyway, so eventually we can just upgrade the belt. So we can actually leave it for now. So then the output of these constructors can all get merged. And what we can actually do is kind of keep this a little tight. We can actually go this way with it if we really wanted. We can do, give us a little bit of room, I suppose. We can do 2 here. And then we have 60, no, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. 90 iron plates coming out, so it's going to be a Mark II, so we can get all of those onto one line and then split it. So we can just bring all of these close like this. Bring this around and then we can just split. Let's see, Mark II belt. This will be, so let's just go down here. 20, 40, 60. And so we bring that up to a Mark II. That splits. Oh. We can do something like this. It's 180 screws. That's going to be a Mark II lift. Actually, yeah, it'll eventually be 90 per. So probably best to just do something like this. And then, ooh, would this work? Let's see, where's middle? Is there even a direct mid? It doesn't look like it. But we could do. something like this. Actually, wait. Yeah, let's do this. And just merge all this down on the line. So we're operating, that's going to be 20 plus 40. So that's a 60. Mark 2 from here on out. And that all splits. These are making reinforced iron plates. And then these will merge this direction. And here's where things get a little annoying, but not too bad. We're going to give ourselves a generous amount of space here, because we're going to need 2 1-to-5 splitters or load balancers. So if we have all of this coming off, this will all just get merged here at the end line. Oop. And we have what, 60, 15, 30, plus 30, 60 coming off. So we can actually, might be better for us to do the, with the space here, we can go ahead and load balance. Just add a little extra here. Be a little easier. So if memory serves, what we need to do is, it'll give us some wiggle room. We're going to split this to 2 mergers. This one will go forward. And this is going to split. This is going to give us 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines. And then from this, we're going to split here. And then we're going to split here in the middle. I'll explain this in a second. It's going to be line 4. And this will be line 5. So essentially, 60 comes in, it'll get split once and twice. So that way we get, essentially, we have up to 2 lines of, or sorry, 6 lines. Sorry, it goes into a merger, rather. And then that goes into 1, 2, and 3. Then this goes into 1, 2, and then this, what would be the 6th line, comes back in. And then is evenly distributed amongst these 2 mergers here. And then based on how this splits and this whole loop system here works, it'll actually end up offsetting and become consistent. So that way each of these 5 lines has an equal amount. So then we'll need to do the same thing over here with how this is sorted out. The belting here is going to get a little crazy in terms of how, what all is going where, essentially. So I think what I would like to do is we can kind of just do 5 assemblers. Actually give ourselves another layer. You might technically not need this, but couldn't hurt. So we'll do, actually let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, that works. Give ourselves enough room to go every other. output is here. So we can actually just go like this. Kind of build in a little bit more space. Actually, is the output here? Yes, it is. Okay, so we can switch this. Want the output going away from this assembler. And then we'll do the same thing, except we'll go ahead and actually, yeah, we'll actually just keep doing it like this. So we're going to go split, so we get a little tighter. Merger. Let's actually give it a little bit more room. So we'll do a split. Merge. Merge. Splitter. Splitter. Set. Yeah. Oh, gotta go this way. Well, here we can actually rotate this merger then. In this direction. Split here. So again, it'll be the same thing. Split once, split twice. This merges into the splitter, so we have line 1, which we might just bring up and over. Do the same thing here. This goes back in, it splits into the two mergers. This merger goes into the splitter. And so then what we can do is we'll kind of run like a high-low. So we'll do these up top. We'll rely on these here to kind of work on all of this. Maybe these two, we actually keep them turned around, like so. And then we rely on some soft clearance here. So we can, let's see, I wonder, actually, can we use this here? Yes, we can. So then let's see, how do we manage this one? Okay, so maybe we need to, maybe it's here. One over more? I don't even know if we can do that. Yes. Let's go on the... Okay, yeah, sorry. It's an input. And then we can just keep bringing this over. Like that. We can do the same thing here. So this would be the outer. So let's see if we can do a lift actually. Similar fashion. So then we can take here instead. Or, yeah, we can just loop these around. Let's do that. Oops. Go up and over. Oh no. It's fine, we can adjust. Right? Yeah. Ah! Tried. So then this comes out, and this will be... I think actually this one. We can actually just do this. One. And then this will come... Actually, can we do... straight out? Yes. And then this essentially would be very similar, except that not look great. So we do something like this. Okay, so we need a pull here. Can't afford. Oh no. Okay. We'll go top up and come back and get this completed. Okay, so we're all topped up. We just need to get the final belts in place. And then this would be relatively simple. Just run these. Let's see. We have what? 3 to run down this length here. 1, 2. Oh no. Oh, we can actually, yeah, pull this off. Run it straight down. Like this. Perfect length too. So that's 1. Two. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see. Maybe let's do this. I think it should be, I think it's 1 out. Actually, I think it would be here. Yep. I'll just run here. There. Oh, not through it. Okay. Modular frames on all of these. Oops. Let's not forget this time to put some storage in. Let's do that at the very end here. Some mergers all the way down. Plane. So then the good news is when we eventually unlock Mark III belts, curious, just need to come in, overclock the miner, I believe overclock the belt with the screws on it, which I believe is, let's see, yeah, that would be this one here. So this just need to get overclocked to 270. And then we are all set. So let's go ahead and get some power routed And I'm just going to go ahead and take care of this one real quick. And I'll see you when we get this all powered up. So I ended up finding out that I made the mistake. I did not have a third assembler for the reinforced iron plates. So we were short on that. So we had to kind of remove a lot of things. Not a lot. We had to move some things around and kind of really work within like the space that we had allotted based on what we already had built. So just trying to figure out logistically how to get that all sorted out. So we utilized some verticality, as you can see here. But once we got that sorted out, I then realized that we had another issue with our screws overall. We had some rods backing up, and you'll see here in a second, it's just simply because I missed a very small sliver of a bell coming out of one of the constructors here on how it's balanced, just like that. So once we fixed this up and replaced this merger, everything was right as rain, and we got the factory up and running. So let's go ahead and pick up from there. Yes. We'll just actually take these out, kind of see. So this is actually, makes sense, this is still running low technically due to the hubbub that we just fixed. So I'm gonna go ahead and let all of this work and catch up, and then we'll troubleshoot again once we've given this some time to operate. That looks like another belt that we missed. So 2 belts were missing on a 3 system. So everything was running at 33% efficiency, which was about right. So this should all be spooling back up to 50% now, especially with the change that we just made there. But we should have some modular frames in here. Not many. Slow and steady though. Yeah, it's 5 per minute, so it's going to be quite slow. I guess while this spools up, we actually have the time to, let's go check the next milestone, or specifically how much we're going to need for, I believe it's steel production, because steel then leads into pretty much everything else, besides maybe getting the tractors configured. Or like the milestone for like the tractor and the truck station, which I think might be the recommended next one, because if that's the case, then maybe before we get into steel at all, well, it makes sense to get into steel because we want to get the Mark III belts so that way our permanent factories will be running at a higher efficiency, or at like proper efficiency. I guess we can always technically still build them without Mark III logistics, because I think we're getting close to having enough points. Oops. We have 5 more coupons plus, so we're at 34 coupons right now. We can also take a look at that too. So vehicular transport. Oh, we can actually just go ahead and unlock this now. So I'd say let's do that. Do I have the extra rotors? And what was it? Rods? Some more rods. So yeah, let's get vehicles unlocked. And then actually, let's go ahead and do this and then build the truck station and see what that looks like and kind of learn what we can really do with that.
Milestone reached.
Transportation,
Long-range
truck station,
as well
need
as the
3 more.
construction of outposts is now encouraged. Vehicle stations have built-in functionality to refuel and restock or collect parts.
It doesn't seem terribly big. Let's go grab some of the modular frames and get this built up. So in heading over to the Modular Frame Factory, picking up the modular frames for what we need for the truck station, I realized that there was an issue we had with the screw line going into the reinforced iron plates, and we still weren't running at proper efficiency. So we got that resolved, but due to that distraction, if you will, I kind of go on a little bit of a tangent coming up here, and instead of getting the truck station built, we go ahead and unlock steel. Okay, so we can take a look at the milestones first. Basic steel production, we actually have everything that we need for it. Then we got advanced steel, hypertubes, and logistics Mark III, and that all requires steel, so we're in good shape. Again, jump pads, not that important. So basic steel production, we just need some wire. Let's go ahead and just get that unlocked. That way we can just start off the next episode on a good note, besides the fact that our power grid is underperforming, if you will. Actually, before we do that, let's see what we need for the truck station. We need 15, and we're turning in 50. Okay. Awesome. That is...
Milestone reached.
Thank you, Rita. This is fantastic. New parts. Ooh, wait. Wait. Oh. Does that mean... Yes. Structural frame set. Walls. Steel framed windows. Wait. Customizer. Steel wall. Wait. Where's the... Fix up roofs. So we don't have glass roof yet? Is that maybe a quartz thing? Door lighting unlocked. Yeah, I didn't think so. Nothing new on the foundations either. Oh wait, when did these get dropped in here? That's exciting. So grit metal, which is kind of cool. I want to do the concrete. But anyway, alright, we're getting distracted. Let's take a look at the truck stop. What all this entails. Need some more cable. So 2 inputs in, 2 inputs out, and then space for fuel. Maximum transfer rate, I think it's like up to like 120 stacks per minute, and then outgoing transfer rate, which is the actual. Vehicle settings, load vehicle, and then you set one up to unload vehicle. Okay. And then we can rename it. So, from a foundation standpoint, how big is this? This is, oh, the fact that that's centered, like this is the center and not the actual structure itself is a little silly. I guess you can see the hitbox. So that looks like it's 2 foundations by, let's see if we do, so it's a little over, so it's 2 foundations by like 2.5, we'll call it 2.5, even though the hitbox is here. And so then they can just drive underneath. So what do we need for a tractor? 5 beacons. This is pretty exciting. This is that no joke. That is the first truck station I've ever built. I don't think I've ever unlocked it, or if I did, I never built it. Just thinking like it just didn't seem attractive to me in any sense. I have built the tractor though. The tractor's a little silly. So what's the storage on this? So it's 8. 24, 25 stacks. And then fuel gets dropped in here. Oh, that's right. It has the craft bench, which is pretty slick. I don't have fuel, but okay. The mouse movement's a little curious. Open record menu, so start recording, enable autopilot. I'm assuming that's loading, that's saving paths, and then hide them overall. You can load. Ooh. Oh, you can kind of get a little sneak teaser of the map too. Curious. Actually, it's kind of curious how exploring this side revealed some of that side for some reason. Load vehicle path, all vehicle paths. Okay. Oh, I can manually set to load cargo. Left, right, cool. Show hide path, it's not going to show anything. Change camera. Oh. So C allows me to move the camera. This locks it in. And then can't turn on lights because I'm assuming no fuel, which is fine. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's not too big. Now here's the other question. Because you can see that there's the walkway up top here. So like if we all the way up, what does this equal? I guess, well, that's a little interesting. That doesn't line up. So what can we do clearance-wise, however? So we have, what, 3 foundations. Let's go up that. Still walk underneath. I like that. So that's 1, 2, 3. Minimum height. Now, here's the other question. Let's get our walls. Excuse me. So that's a little weird. Maybe we... If only there was a way to do a half wall. Because I don't think this moves left and right. This just moves front, like forward and outward. Or like, I guess, out and in. You could always, I guess, do... I guess we'd have to zoop. Yep. So I don't know if I would do... I guess you could actually do that. I guess actually, wait. No, because this, I'm assuming, will have a crate when it picks it up, and then it'll drop it in. So what if we did... We had like a door wall at the right height. Would it accommodate? I don't want to unlock the doors. I don't want to waste coupon on the door walls, but I wonder if there's a way to do that where you can like enclose this so that way from the exterior it kind of looks hidden away. But I think ultimately what would be kind of cool is maybe let's take a look at this real quick. And then we'll wrap it up. I don't want to dilly-dally on this idea too long. So if we take the truck station and we have walls here. Right? And... oh, I guess we have to get rid of this. Vehicles in the way, players in the way. Ah, I see. Floor's too steep, overlapping others clearance. Okay, so we need to add some more foundations. There we go. for now. So if we did something like this, and then maybe like that kind of a wall, and then that on the inside here. I just want to snap. That's fine. Yes. Still climb up? No, we cannot. See what that looks like from the front. Let's get this other side done though. That seems fairly clean. You can still kind of see inside though, but I mean eventually it would be a little darker. But I'm just wondering, or maybe we don't even have to really worry about it in this regard. But then we say go over top this. And then we have 4 walls like so. And so the truck goes through, right? But then on the inner workings, the factory is actually on top here. So like this becomes the factory. And then the output would eventually come down. The output comes down. I guess what here? So yeah, so the output would come down and feed in. Maybe it can be like something like this. Like that doesn't line up on the middle. So we can always like maybe adjust for that. That actually might work to our benefit a little bit based on how this aligns, because this is aligned in the middle, which is kind of cool. But then say if it's on the half, there's maybe some weird funky like the angular walls that we could do and kind of hide that away. So there's a lot of opportunity here, but what I would like to do is start building the truck stations into the base of the factories. So yeah, it's up a little higher, but it would allow this to go through. But then here's the other question, and this is maybe one that we kind of get screwed on, and maybe it warrants a rebuild. Is how do we do train stations? Can we do a train station on a too wide foundation? Maybe it's something worth looking up, but essentially just having a train run underneath the factory and stop, pick up everything, and then head out sort of situation, I think would be really neat. So anyway, awesome. Really excited to see what we can do with those. We're starting to get a decent amount of coupons. We have modular frames automated. We got steel unlocked. So I think from here it's unlocking Logistics Mark III once we get a very basic steel system set up, because that would be the fastest and easiest. We can increase our storage capacity. And with Logistics Mark III, we can get more power into our network here, because right now max consumption 654 with everything running. That doesn't include what we disconnected. That will be a priority for sure. Also, I'm not sure why they're on standby. They're making noise. There's no fuel in them. Maybe I need to like delete the hub and rebuild it so that way it doesn't happen. Also, this is not receiving anything, so why are you doing this? That's really interesting. Anyway, all right, yeah. So next up, we'll be working on Logistics Mark III, re-upping our power system, power network, and going from there. Awesome. Awesome progress. Well, longest one yet, but not too bad. We did get a lot done. I know it probably got a little meh there in the middle, so to speak, and the audio was probably a little worse than the last episode. Again, I apologize. I'll do better to make sure that this never happens again. But like I said, we did get a lot done. We got our simple Caterium set up so that way we can accumulate more points in the awesome shop instead of just relying on quartz. We got our simple modular frame factory set up. Again, not running at 100% efficiency until we get the Mark III logistics, which we are well underway in acquiring because we have also unlocked steel production. But we also looked at truck stops. Truck stops are dope. I was sleeping on them, I'm not gonna lie. And this being post-editing Scalti, I know exactly what I plan on doing with them. If you want to see how I'm going to be integrating truck stops into factories, go follow me on Instagram. I've shared a little teaser picture of what the truck bay looks like. You can see my social down in the video description below. But with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like. It does help out the channel. If you want to see more content in the future and you're not subscribed, be sure to do so. I plan on making guides, especially because I'm building factories that I have not yet built before or made guides for specifically in this Let's Play. And I plan on making guides for them based on what I build in this series. Additionally, if you have any feedback on these videos or any questions about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, or what I'm doing it for, leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.